here today with CJ Camargo of the Brackenridge Eagles. How are you doing today, CJ?
Very good, sir.
All right, so we went through this whole time frame from March until a week or two ago, where we couldn't go to the schools and use the equipment of the schools and meet and face with the coaches and all that. What were you able to accomplish during that time to stay in shape?
During that time, I was able to accomplish like being able to recognize the game more, learn on the game, getting to know it better than I did before, and just work out. So worked on my muscle power and the brain power. And by that, which I mean muscle power, I worked out, did weight, did body weight workouts, and then with the brain power, I would go into our multiple concept Google Classroom offense for football, and how just study the plays, study our schemes, study how to read defenses better, what to do when defense lines up this way or that way, and just get my football intelligence up as much as I could, pick up new things that I didn't know before of the game, just be a student of the game.
All right. Now, I think last week, but recently you got to go back to strength and conditioning at the school with your coaches, with your teammates. What has that meant to you?
It's a big thing. It's like going back to your second family. It's like just natural. Joke around with them, being able to connect again, not just socially, but for football wise. Having a family to work together, be a unit, get better, bigger, faster, stronger together. Just being able to pick up and learn new things as a whole for our season coming up. Pretty much it.
All right. So, what would you say has been your top moment in sports so far?
For that, I would say I have one, but there's actually two that are very like memorable, and that would be my sophomore year. I know this is off football, but for the 200, I am one of the fastest in our district, and I didn't qualify because coming off of injury in the 200, and that just like I wasn't sad about it, but it made me mad. Like it just motivated me and took it into football and made me work harder, made me want to work every day as hard as I could to be better, to make sure that didn't happen again. And every day I was just there working out, doing every little thing I could do to get better as a person, as a player, and just tearing it up the next football season. And the second one was my sophomore year against Jeff. I had took back 3 returns, and two of those returns were in like the first half. The first one was a 95-yard kickoff return. The second was like a 60, and the third one was a punt return. And I just remember it coming, and I just take off down the hole, like just straight down, just going into the end zone. Crowd was all yelling and everything. I was going crazy.
So, you're lined up on the field. You look over to the sideline. The coach is signaling the play that you're going to run. You look across the other field to see how the other team's lined up. Maybe there's an adjustment, and at that moment, you realize this is going to be a big play for you. That you've got a chance to really shine on that play. What does that look like?
Yes. And that looks like coach is on the sideline just signaling turbo. Just once I know that signal, I know what it is. I know coach has something planned. He sees something open in that area. He knows what the defense is going to do. I trust him, and I trust myself to be able to execute the play, because turbo's it's a fun play. It's a fun play to run, especially for me. I just get to just shine with my speed. It's a speed play and just take off. Like this year, we caught it. Coach caught it from up top, got down to the bottom. I saw him signal it, and I was tired, but once I saw him signal it, I was like, oh yes, this is a play. So I got in my stance and just got the ball and took off and scored against Burbank. Took it all the way into the end zone. Just that's a play where I just rely on my speed and I'm able to go full throttle fast as I can and just outwork everyone. on the defensive side.
So, what would you say is the number one thing you're working on to improve your game?
I would say is understanding and noticing the offense more. Just like I said earlier, being a student in the game, wanting to learn more. Like when I'm a student, I want to be a master of the game. I want to know as much as I can, learn, pick up many details that I can to be a better football player, to be a better receiver wherever they put me, to just know what to read, know where to go, like know what to cover, and just know the schemes and everything, every little thing I can.
What would your top goal for the coming season be?
It would be to have everybody work as a unit, being able to go game by game, win each game, as many games as we can, have a winning record, being able to go win district title, and being able to bring that momentum into the playoffs and winning around in the playoffs. That's a big goal for us because the last 2 years we should have been winning district, but this past year we had a lot of star players out. I was out. Our star corner was out, so it was like we should have won that one playoff game against Southwest, but we just had a bunch of missing puzzles in the game.
Okay, shout out some teammates you think are going to have an impact this year.
I would say our offensive line, they should be able to have an impact because they're young. I mean, they're big, but they're puppies, and I think they have an impact because they'll be able to learn, being able to protect the QB, having a big part of the game, relying on them to do what they do best, block, being able to take it up to the QB to make his decision on where he wants the ball to be, where he reached, whether it's gonna be a touchdown. They'll make a big impact on the game.
Okay, and then what are your plans for after high school?
My plans are to attend a D1 college, and I feel I can do that with my potential. I want to just go play anywhere it takes me, where football takes me. I feel football is my vehicle to go to college, to be able to make it to college, to give me a goal to not just give up right after high school, but to go and keep succeeding in college for as many things as I can. Not just in football, but in class, in outside life, social life, just everything that I can succeed in, everything I do, I want to go 110% and just go as far as I can. There is no limit. I just want to get as much as I can.
What do you want to study when you're in college, and what do you want to do with that?
I want to be an engineer on the construction side. Engineer. It looks pretty interesting to do. Looks pretty fun.
Thanks
I
for your
just
time
go.
today, CJ, and we will definitely hope we get to take the field this fall.
Yes, hopefully praying.